The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the News Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster pair's name. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone. Ed and Dave here. Ed and Dave are with you. We're doing a regular show, what we used to do. We're talking about the few films that are out in theaters or still streaming. We are looking at some interesting DVD releases. There are some out.
Ooh.
And some unfortunate passings. Some celebrity passings.
Are there ever fortunate passings, Ed?
Not really, I guess. Know what they're throwing in the spot where I get them are these influencers.
Oh, I see a lot of those on the Yahoo site where it says a TikTok person or Instagram person, and they're always so very young.
Yes.
It's so unfortunate because they tend to be more like between say the ages of 18 and 25. It's shocking.
And it's a lot of suicides.
Yes.
There was one shooting, I noticed, TikTok guy, but a lot of suicides, which makes me think, are they upset? It could be anything, but are they upset because they're getting bad comments that's throwing them off? Or maybe just, some other thing. But why are all these influencers committing the suicide or dying from suicide? I guess that's what you're supposed to say now.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yes.
You can't commit it? You have to...
No, it's passing on from suicide. We're getting rid of the word commit, I guess, with reading all these things.
I was not aware of this change in the...
Yeah, this is another change we have to deal with, I guess. I guess it's good for the people. They're still gone whether they committed it or died from it.
Yeah, you'd have to think, though.
Mm-hmm.
There's more to the story than it's simply an issue with their social media page.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be more to it, and it is a very unfortunate, especially at such a young age when there is so much out there. Folks, let me grab the viewer and just say this: there are things, medications, therapies. It's never hopeless. There's always something. There's always a way out of it. It may not seem like it, but as long as you're aware of the fact that there are ways, Ed, to deal with this, to cope with it, seek professionals, seek help. You can overcome this. And when you get to my age, you understand that when you wake up in the morning, it's a victory. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they help you out, though, on the TV shows, too, because anytime there's a slight mention of suicide or sexual attacks or anything, the disclaimer comes up with usually one of the B-level stars coming on and telling you where you can go for help.
And even Alice Cooper released his last CD. He did a song. I don't even know the name of the song.
Oh, no.
I don't even know any of the names of his songs. I just listened to them. But and it was something about "Don't Give Up." It was a song he released during COVID, which he got, by the way.
Oh, no.
And survived.
I don't think we knew that, did we? Well,
you did get it. Well, I know all things Alice. But at the end of the song, he says, this is Alice Cooper in Detroit. Don't give up. Call the suicide prevention hotline, and he gives the number.
This is at the end of the song?
Yes.
Oh.
So, in other words, there is help out there for people who, are feeling towards ending their lives.
How many seconds go by from the last note until Alice comes on with his disclaimer?
I think the song is still ebbing out at the end.
Oh, okay. I didn't want anybody to miss it. If there was like a few seconds, they turned the song off and then missed the the important message.
No, the message is there, loud and clear.
This is Alice Cooper in Detroit. Let's keep fighting. Don't give up. Call the Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-8255.
Oh,
And he's done this before. He's had songs that were geared toward people who are thinking of ending their lives, and he's done certain, themes throughout his career, here and there, little spots here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But the point being, folks, there's help.
there's
There's
always
help. There's
help
something.
out there.
So don't give up. Keep fighting. Call the Suicide Prevention Hotline. That's what he says at the end.
Uh-huh.
I don't know the number,
Uh-huh.
but call it.
Now one of us is going to have to, at the end of this show, come on with the disclaimer and the phone number after our discussion there.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll look it up on the phone.
Now, let's see here. There are films coming back to the theaters. F9, I don't know if it has an official name, but Fast and the Furious 9, did they have a tagline?
Oh, is that what they're calling it? F9?
The F9 is shorts. Now, you remember last year, that was the first one that just moved right away. They were coming out in May or something. They said, they were smart, the Fast crew. We're going to just move this movie for a year. They didn't fart around with putting it off for 6 months or Christmas, a year. And they were smart, and that's when it came out.
Okay.
And I guess it made a fair amount of dough. Apparently one of the guys, the car, went into space somehow. By the 9th movie, people usually have to go into space, like James Bond or Moonraker.
I was thinking the same thing.
So we have the Fast 9 is out. People are going and enjoying that. And then Black Widow is out in theaters. And all I know as we tape this is the Thursday night previews made $12 million, which is pretty good for this time. It's right up there with the good old days. Now this is also available on Disney Plus Premier Access.
Oh, wait a minute. What's a Premier Access? There's Disney Plus, and then you pay more money for Premier Access?
Yes.
So it's not enough that you got to pay for a streaming service. Then you have to pay more to get more content. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Because okay.
Now, if it was $20, maybe
Oh, it's what? How much is it?
$30
A month or just?
just for the one movie.
Oh no!
You got your Disney Plus, which isn't too bad, isn't too much. But then if you want, they did this with that Mulan from last year too. $30.
Wow.
Which isn't bad if you have 3 people in the house that want to see it, really.
How many showings do you get?
I only have one in my house, so it's not worth the $30. I think you have a certain amount of time.
So you can watch it as many times as you can within a specific time period.
Yes, I don't know if it's only 24 hours
Oh!
or a couple days. I'm not sure what it is.
Wow.
I've not tested that out yet.
You see, now I have a big problem coming up, which does not affect you at all in any way. But
This is a concert coming out.
no, this is
sports
the
event.
National Hockey League.
Uh-huh.
I would always buy the NHL TV package.
Uh-huh.
But NBC Sports has dropped hockey. So now I'm hearing that the NHL.TV is going away.
Oh, no.
That I have a subscription to in perpetuity. It continues every year.
Huh.
I don't have to renew it. It just automatically renews.
Okay.
But now it's going to ESPN Plus.
Oh, no.
I need to get ESPN Plus. How do I get that? Do I have to pay for that now? Do I have to get ESPN and then ESPN 2, 3, 4, Deportes, and then Plus? I don't know how this works. Help me. I'm an old man who knows nothing about streaming services.
That sounds like if you get the ESPN Plus, it's on there. You don't have to
Well,
do
I'm hoping.
anything extra.
I'm hoping. I guess I'll have to find out if I can download that on my Roku.
Uh-huh. You probably can.
And then I have to subscribe to that. Because, you know what? I'm going to subscribe to it to get the hockey. Then I'm going to get a lot of beach volleyball and cornhole. I don't want that.
No.
I just want the hockey. That's all. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah. I have the Disney Plus, only as soon as I finish watching Loki, that's going out the door.
Oh, okay. How much is that? Like $8 a month?
That's not a lot. It's $8.
Okay.
You know, you have it for a couple months. You wouldn't do it, but you watch the entire Star Wars saga or your favorite Disney movies, whatever you want to do, and then you get rid of it until you want to.
And how do you cancel it, Ed? Do you have to call them? You have to send them an email? Can you do it right on your TV?
Well, I believe I have it through Amazon Prime.
Oh, you can get it through Amazon Prime?
Get it through Amazon Prime. I believe that's where I have it. I know I have the HBO Max through there. And then you just cancel it. I'll let you know when I cancel it in a month or so.
I don't know how this works.
It's a lot easier than trying to call the Spectrum cable and adding or subtracting things, I think.
But there's the Hulu. And then there's a Hulu Plus, I think, which has...
No commercials.
Oh, is that... Well, Hulu doesn't have commercials, does it?
Yeah, I think the regular free Hulu has commercials.
Oh, there's free
right?
Hulu?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know there was free Hulu. But there's Hulu, and then I think there's a Hulu that also has, like, Disney Plus part of it. And
Yes, there's a Disney package with Hulu somehow.
how do you find these things? I just have the Hulu, the Netflix, and the Amazon Prime. I didn't know you could somehow navigate through them to get other things added. Oh, this is just too much.
Do you have a stick?
Well, that's a rather personal question.
Do you have the Amazon stick?
No,
Or,
I
you
have
got it on the TV.
It's through my Roku. You download the
Roku.
Amazon
Okay.
Prime.
All right.
So I do everything through the Roku on the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Well, something happened there. But anyway, it's just it's too much. Someone's gonna have to help me navigate through this when I need I just want the hockey. I just need to know how that's gonna work.
Well, if you punch in the Google, how do I sign up for whatever? Usually it'll tell you there.
Yeah, I can always just do a search, I guess, through Roku and find ESPN Plus, and hopefully it'll say, enter all my credit card information. Whatever. Okay.
Okay, so that's all the movies coming out now. I am going to, I believe, venture out to Black Widow.
Ooh.
I'm going to go to the RPX.
Don't make me do this show solo, Ed.
RPX, which costs more, usually gets rid of the riffraff. We always did that anyway.
Now they're still partial capacity, or is it?
I think it's full capacity now.
Oh, Ed.
The good thing about those seating things, where you had to pick your seat, I'm going to do this week. You can go on the app and see how many people are in a theater. Like, we can find out how many people are at the 1 o'clock show for Black Widow. And if it looks like there's too much, maybe I'll wait another week or two. But I'll go for the matinee in the RPX and at that one seat in the back where we used to sit.
Yes.
And right next to the handicap area, if we can say that.
I don't know. I don't know what you say for them anymore.
I don't know. The chair with the little man in the wheelchair. That's the one I get next to. Because nobody sits in that one usually. It's more space.
You know, I was watching, again, I'm getting off topic. Happened to be watching a little political discussion. There's a woman, basically a CNN contributor, and also has her own, I think, podcast. Because everyone has them. I don't know why we don't. We should have one, but we don't. Her name is S.E. Cupp. That's her name. Do you know who she is? You don't know who she is?
I haven't seen that one.
But I believe, I don't think I dreamt this, but they were having a discussion. I think she was on Ashley Banfield's show, which is on that Chicago News Nation or whatever that network is called. And I think she referred to people as crippled.
Oh, no. That went out in the 30s, I think.
I think she called someone crippled.
Oh, no.
I didn't know you still use that term.
No, not in that way. You can say somebody was crippled by this or that, I think, but you can't call people cripples, I don't think.
Yeah, I think I wasn't paying 100% attention, so I don't know the context, but I think she referenced something had happened to someone, and she said something along the lines of, well, you can't do that to someone who's crippled.
Oh, no.
I'm like, ooh, and it just, all of a sudden, I perked up and went, do we say that anymore?
We don't say that
No,
one.
you
now.
don't say that. Although I just said it.
Well, you had to tell the story.
Yeah,
though.
that's true.
Now, before we get to the DVD releases, you said you visited the eyeglass place.
Oh, I did recently. Well, a few weeks back. I have to go, every couple of years. I think get the eyes checked. And you get some new glasses because your eyes get worse as you get older.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, we have, the new COVID rules, Ed.
Yeah.
No mask needed if you're
Yes.
vaccinated.
Uh-huh.
Now, of course, if you call a doctor, a lot of them will say we still require the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Your dentist will require you to wear, whatever.
Still in the medical
Right.
field, I guess we still got to wear 'em.
But most of these places, you go to the grocery store, you go, Walmart, which I don't do, but you go to these places and you don't have to wear the masks. You just have to trust that people are vaccinated, which we all know doesn't work. So I go to this vision place, and I walk in, and there's 2 employees and 1 other person sitting there. And I take 3 steps in.
Whoa!
Yeah. She goes, "Do you have a mask?" And I went, "Oh, well, it's in my card. I'll go get it." I turned around to leave, and she says, "Why are you here?" And I said, "Well, I have an appointment to have my an eye exam done."
You should have said, "I'm here to chew gum and kick ass." I'm all out of gum.
So anyway, she starts talking to me. "Why are you here?" I tell her. And she said, she took my name and she said, "Oh, we canceled that appointment." And I said, "Why?" "Well, the doctor had an emergency." And I said, "Were you going to contact me?" "Well, we did." I said, "No, you didn't." She said, I go, "What number did you call?" So she gives me the number, and I said, "Yeah, that's my phone." And I pull it out, and I go, "Nope, no call." "Did you text?" She goes, "No, we called." I said, "No, you didn't. You didn't call, you didn't text." So anyway, I said, "Well," she goes, "Well, would you like to see?" I said, "Yes, I would like to make an appointment. I thought I had one today." "Well, would you like to see the doctor or do the internet?" I said, "Well, how do you check my eyes via the internet? So you want an in-person?" I said, "Yes, I do. I want to see the physician in person."
Don't they have to
Check
put the thing to your eyes? Better one,
Yeah.
better two.
Well,
You
and they
can't
do
do that over the
They do
internet.
that glaucoma check where they do the eye puff.
Yeah, I hate that one.
And then they do the drops where it does your pupils dilate so they can see that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that over Zoom. So, anyway, I think the larger part of this whole conversation may have been missed. And let me further it by explaining what I said as I was leaving.
Okay.
As I made the appointment, and I turned to walk away, and then I turned back and I said, "Oh, by the way, do I need to wear a mask when I come in here for the exam?" "Oh, yes, we still require that you wear a mask." I said, "Interesting, because I offered to go back to my car to get the mask, and then you decided to have a 10-minute conversation with me."
Oh, right.
I said, "So I'm not sure. Can you understand where the confusion would be for me?" And she said, "Well, yes, sir, we require you to wear the mask." I said, "Okay, just
Is
wanna
there a
be clear."
sign on the door that says mask required? That's really what they should be doing.
You know what? I'm going to, in their defense, I believe there may have been one. Okay. However, I have seen that on other places that they really don't require it. So you could be a little, I don't know, because it's so hard to go to the front door and rip the sign down. They just leave it up, but you still walk in and they don't care. They're not wearing masks half the time.
Yeah, I went into the post office, and on the first door it said masks are suggested here, and the next door said masks are required here. Somebody forgot to take that one down, I guess.
So yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I needed the mask since she decided to engage me in lengthy conversation.
I'm sure if you were carrying the COVID, which of course you aren't because you're fully vaccinated, you would have spread. They say 15 minutes, I remember, in the old days. You want to limit your contact to, so you're getting very close.
Yes.
There. She had her mask on as she was discussing all
She
this?
did have her mask on, but I stayed several steps away from that because there was no one else in there. There was like tumbleweeds blowing across. There was just 2 employees and 1 very elderly person getting glasses checked. Usually the place has 5 or 6 or 7 people in there, but there was no one else there. But I stayed back, kept my distance because I felt she was a scared that I might have the disease because, she asked me for my mask, which then apparently wasn't needed. I don't know. I was confused. It just doesn't take much.
You know what they have in Crossgates? They have masks but no brassieres.
Oh no!
I was in there and there's a woman with some kind of ice creams or sherbet or something. She's scooping into a cup. I don't know what it is. I'll pay attention next time. But as she's scooping away in the glass, the little glass thing, I'm noticing there's a lot of free movement there. No brassiere. I think this might have happened during the pandemic. When people weren't wearing bras, so we're going to go out in public now. There was at least 3 or 4 instances.
So with every scoop, things were swaying.
They were swaying, and as she came up to hand me a thing,
no.
I noticed clear as a bell 2 nipple rings, or whatever they call them, piercings, under the shirt.
Ooh.
And I would have stood in line to get whatever she was selling there, but the line was so long, I couldn't. Apparently it's a good marketing technique.
Where is it in Crossgates? I may have to go there.
It's by the movie end, down that way.
Okay.
And look for a little ice cream. I don't know if it's required. I'll have to go and see if there's any other employees or just this one there. I couldn't see her face. I don't know what was going on there.
Who cares?
She had the mask on. All right. We have to take a look at the new DVD releases. Here we have Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
And not just Howard the Duck, but in 4K for some reason.
Is this John Landis involved in this? Or no?
George Lucas produced it.
Okay. I heard that this is part of, what, like a Marvel?
It's a Marvel comic, which I would get.
I heard that Leah Thompson has offered to direct a reboot
Oh, no.
of a new Howard the Duck. Now, I think she was in the film.
Yep, she's on the magazine cover
I
there.
believe that's what I heard. She wants to direct a new Howard the Duck film.
Huh. Howard the Duck did show up in one of those credit scenes in Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
Okay.
But this was a full, and it was a bomb at the time.
Yeah, it was.
But it's got a little bit of a cult following now, but I don't know if it requires 4K Ultra HD.
You want to see all the feathers. Oh my God. Valerie, is she still around?
No,
she recently passed.
Recently,
right?
But after 10 years of brain cancer,
Yeah,
she was about to die from.
Night Terror.
Now, the good thing about this is one of those ABC movies of the week.
Okay.
Which this is, I don't remember this one. It's not Night Stalker or the Trilogy of Terror, but it's good to see those movies, which were, a lot of them were interesting, show up on DVD even would have been nice, but this is Blu-ray.
Have you been watching the Kolchak on TV?
I turned it on for a second.
Oh.
Because it's usually in bad video quality.
Very, very poor sound quality.
I do have the DVDs, which look good, and it's coming out on Blu-ray in October.
Oh!
Which I'll watch.
Okay.
Do you watch it on there?
I
Because
watched,
there's nothing on it.
I watched like 10 minutes last night. There was a Monkeys marathon.
Oh, I was going to tell you.
So I was watching some of that.
That looks good, whatever they did to that, even though it's not a high-def channel.
Right.
It's in widescreen and fairly sharp.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I don't know what they did.
Do we have a Hallmark collection? Yes, we do.
Now, what's going on here? You watch the Christmas movies. I'm assuming this is summertime Hallmark?
They do year-round romance, the summer ones. Like The Bottled with Love, about the winery.
Did you see that?
I have seen that one. I don't recall it.
To Daisy Hills?
That one? Yeah, that one I haven't seen. And
that would be a porno title in the 70s.
What is the bottom one? Falling for Look Lodge?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one either. But I have seen Bottled with Love. Every once in a while, Ed, I will check the Hallmark Channel. Lately, there's been a lot of these, the older ones. By older, I mean between 3 and 5, 6 years old. They're repeating some of those, which is fine because they've made 8,000 of them.
Was it for July or just all year now? I saw Christmas ones.
They do Christmas ones in July, and then once November rolls around, October, they start with some harvesty ones. And then they do some Thanksgiving as we roll into the November, and then that immediately moves into the Christmas, which you get a fresh one every Saturday.
And you get 20 fresh ones usually during the Christmas season, right?
Well, that's what I mean. Every Saturday is a brand new Christmas one, and then they repeat a bunch of them during the week. But yeah, they do a bunch of new ones, and then they come out with all sorts. Now they get all sorts of gimmicks. I'm waiting for the big Arbor Day ones.
following the Peanuts formula.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. What else is coming out here?
Oh, God.
Do you remember this from 1980?
No.
I never saw this because it wasn't really a mummy movie, but it was sort of curses. And Charlton Heston.
I just saw the end of Bowling for Columbine, where Michael Moore is interviewing Charlton Heston and really attacking him about his stance on the NRA and guns, and Heston getting irritated and ending the interview and walking away and looking so horrifically frail when he was walking. His arms were swinging like crazy, but he was taking these 4-inch steps.
Oh, jeez.
And he just walked away from the interview. Poor Chuck.
He didn't say, "Take your hands off me."
From my cold, dead hands.
I might watch that now. I didn't watch it at the time, but see what's going on there now.
Don't know this one.
Take This Job and Shove It. I remember showed up on HBO.
Is that Robert Hayes in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Robert Hayes and Barbara Hershey.
Oh, okay.
And Eddie Albert I see there. And Art Carney on the other side.
Oh, boy. So we bookended the old gray-haired people.
Yes.
And then you put the... That's not Martin Mull, is it?
I'm not sure on that one.
Art Carney?
This one I wouldn't have watched, but maybe now, just because it's got Eddie Albert and Art Carney, why not? Take This Job and Shove It.
Based on a song.
Yeah. Ain't working here no more.
That's what you said. Well, okay, what is...
This is Body Slam.
Okay.
Dirk Benedict and Tanya Roberts, who we just lost.
Yes.
We weren't sure for...
Oh, no.
Was this the one we weren't sure for a few days?
Yes. She was the one that they stated she died, and then it was, no, she's not dead, and then a couple days later she did pass away. And we got Lou Albano.
Yes. Roddy Piper, and I'm not sure who... This is a wrestling movie. Now, I looked up, that looked like one of those bad Blu-ray covers they come out with and paint, but no, that was the actual poster.
Oh, okay.
In the 80s. I wouldn't look twice at that, but now since Tanya is gone and Captain Lou and Roddy too, they're all gone.
Yeah.
I might watch that.
Well,
Dirk is still with us,
is he?
right?
I don't know.
No, we're not sure
really
on
don't
Dirk
know.
either. All right, we will see you next time. Maybe one of our special theme shows next time where we go back in time.
If you or anyone you know is experiencing any depressions or feeling suicidal in some manner, or you have any indications of mental illness, whatever, please call the Suicide Prevention Hotline at 800-273-8255. And remember, don't give up.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.